This is a message to all true Germans. Refugees from Syria have been fleeing for 4 years now. Luckily for them, we are kind, honest people that are willing to accept any that need our aid. By some estimates, we have given refuge to over 800,000 Syrian refugees.
Germany's natural rate of increase is negative 2.37 per 1,000 people every year. Without a growing refugee population, Germany's workforce will only get smaller and smaller as the elder population increases, causing a higher elderly dependency ratio. In fact, it is estimated that by the year 2030, the working population will decrease by 6 million people. With refugees coming into Germany, the workforce population can still be as high as it once was, preventing the economy from declining or stalling.
Germany has already spent a large sum of money on pronatalist policies, and the birth rate for Germany is only 1.5 children per woman. This is far under the replacement rate needed to keep the population at the same level. Letting refugees in will only help Germany by reducing the need to spend so much money on these policies.
Germany needs refugees to fill over 1 million vacant jobs, 700,000 of which require skilled workers. By providing training for Syrian refugees, we can not only help them by providing jobs, but we can also help our economy as some of these Syrian refugees are skilled workers. Let me make this clear. Syrian refugees do not take jobs, they create them. Refugees often work for less, allowing the industry to grow on the backs of cheap labor. With a large population of refugees, the German economy will certainly grow.
To blame Syrian refugees for the past terrorist attacks is unreasonable. In fact, most terrorists who committed attacks on Germany in the past years were not refugees. Terrorism has existed in Germany long before the Syrian civil war, and most of these terror attacks were done by the Islamic State, which is what the refugees are trying to escape from in the first place. Our anti-immigration sentiment has hurt Syrian refugees. Many Syrian women are frequently harassed for wearing hijabs. Some of our doctors now refuse to treat Syrian refugees, and some of our teachers do not accept Syrian students. The people in need of the most help will not be able to succeed in Germany without being given a fair opportunity to find work, learn, and contribute to society. These refugees have come here in order to flee from oppression and an unstable government. Sending them back would be as horrific as making them face the same conditions here in Germany, which should be known as the land of opportunities. So my fellow Germans, if you are true to this country, support the Syrian refugees that need our aid.
Show the world that we will stand up for those who have been oppressed and harmed.
Show the world that we will fight for the rights of all.
Show the world that we will not bend to the will of those who believe in terror and oppression.
Dear true Germans, since the turn of the century, thousands have been killed due to terrorist attacks across the globe. These attacks have had one simple motive: strike fear into the hearts of all that oppose them. They are political statements, but with high cost. The ones hurt the most by these attacks are people with kind, honest souls that only seek prosperity and success for themselves and their families. Syrian refugees have been flooding across Turkish borders and into Europe. In the past 4 years, by some estimates, between 3.5 million and 4.2 million Syrian refugees have crossed into Turkey and European nations. Our open border policy has allowed for hundreds of thousands of refugees to enter the country. This has caused for extreme crimes such as murder, rape, and terrorism to skyrocket. Some may say that refugees can contribute to society through cheap labor and higher tax revenue. This is not the case, though. The refugees that we have allowed into our country do not care for our laws, our nation, or our families. They move into ghettos and worsen the areas around them. Some businesses, infrastructure, and homes have already been destroyed, and others are at serious risk. It is estimated that 600 hours of German language instruction to newcomers such as the Syrian refugees must be done in order for the refugees to communicate adequately in German. We must also take more time to give these refugees working permits. Most of these Syrian refugees do not have the necessary skills to do many of the jobs offered, so we must take even more time to teach them these necessary skills. You might think that this will essentially benefit our economy, but think again. Our government has already spent over $23 billion on Syrian refugees. by providing humanitarian aid and financial opportunities. However, only 13% of these refugees have found work. We cannot be the ones to help them because they do not help us. How are we supposed to provide aid to around 700,000 of the estimated 800,000 refugees from Syria when they do not benefit our society at all? Refugees create a Trojan horse of sorts for terrorists. There is a clear and distinct relationship between Muslim refugees and terrorist attacks across Europe. Germany ranks first for both Syrian refugees and Muslim populations in Europe, and is ranked 5th for highest risk of terrorist attacks. We is better than this. We are better than this. We need to stand up for ourselves and if we want to be considered true Germans. We cannot be the world's police or the world's charity or even the world's shelter. We are Germany. Refugees create.
Many Syrian women are frequently willing to give any aid. Okay.
Now restart them.
For the
No, wait,
past
start over.